Hello, this is Elika Akhavan Kashani, a student at the San Jacinto Community College, making this video to discuss the recently passed bill referred to as the Fetal Heartbeat Bill in Texas, signed by Governor Abbott. This bill has been referred to as one of the most restrictive bills in the country, and is almost a complete ban on abortion. It details that abortion after hearing the heartbeat of a child would be illegal starting September of this year, and in most cases that'll be roughly after 6 weeks, when most women are not even aware that they are pregnant at that time. This video would be mostly a summarization of a Texas Tribune article, and it will also be a call to action. All links and resources will be linked down below of this video too. So this bill bans any abortion after the fetus heartbeat has been detected. In most cases, that'll be approximately at 6 weeks. At a time where most women are not even questioning whether they're pregnant or not. Most women wouldn't know at this point. This also would include pregnancies as a result of rape or incest, and only has an exception for medical emergencies. Similar bills and laws have previously been passed in other states like Arkansas and Iowa that have had trouble holding up in court. But this time, this new law in Texas is very unique. It has a special twist to it, and it is that this law allows any individual to sue the abortion provider or abortion clinic, regardless of their relationship to the fetus or the woman that had sought the abortion. And what this means is, previously, when these laws would want to go into play, a lot of the pro-choice activists, a lot of the clinicians, a lot of the providers, healthcare providers, would be able to sue these laws. They would be able to sue the governor, they would be able to sue the state government enforcing these new laws, and really the issue would be handled before any of the laws had gone into action. But with Texas, since there isn't a specific government head or government or authority figure enforcing these laws, clinicians and providers will actually have to wait and get sued by other individuals, whether it's these pro-life activists, or really they have to wait to be sued by anybody, and then they have to defend themselves in court, and that's the only time that they can really defend themselves, their rights and their reputation. And this is what really makes it much more different and much harder to control. Josh Blackman, a constitutional law professor at South Texas College of Law, Houston, says it's a very unique and clever law. Basically, at this point, every citizen is now a private attorney general, and we can have random people who are against abortion to start suing family members, abortion funds, and rape crisis counselors and other medical professionals. John Siegel, who is with the Texas Right to Life, an anti-abortion organization, says that this new law isn't meant to the ultimate goal for this law is to hopefully have abortion providers to comply with this new law and not to just fight it into courts. But it's very important to consider that there is a very real chance that an abundance of cases will be drawn against these abortion providers, and they will have to use a lot of their time, resources, and fundings fighting these claims in courts, and instead of putting these funds and resources into the healthcare and the what they're providing. Texas is one of the hardest states in the US to get an abortion, and this new bill certainly makes it harder. My personal issue with this topic is that it does not actually address the demand and the need for abortions in the state. It just makes abortion harder to access legally and safely. And in 2009, according to statistics listed below, there were 56,000 abortions done on Texas residents, and this new law will only make it harder for 56,000 people in the next year to get the service they need in a safe environment. And I would also like to emphasize that most people at 6 weeks are not aware that they are pregnant yet. It's not that women wait and trying to lengthen the process and avoid getting a abortion as soon as possible if that is the route they're going with. It's just that at 6 weeks, you know, there's 4 weeks between each menstrual cycle, and if a woman's menstrual cycle is 1 to 2 weeks late, that doesn't necessarily mean that they will start to question their state or on whether or not they're pregnant. There's millions of women in the US with reproduction with issues with their reproduction systems, millions of women with PCOS or cystic fibrosis where their menstrual cycles are not neatly scheduled out. They might not even notice if there has been a week or two delay in their period time, and really by the time they do get to see a physician and do get to an abortion clinic, in almost all cases it will be too late. So this bill really acts as a near complete ban on abortions. Despite all the issue, there have been many opponents of this new legislation that have condemned it. One of them, Diana Limon Mercado, the executive director of Planned Parenthood, Texas Votes, basically the political sector of Planned Parenthood, has promised that this bill won't go unchallenged. Amy Hagstrom Miller, the head of the Women's Health, also has opposed this bill. Multiple Texas House Democrats, including the Democratic State Rep Nicole Collier, these have all promised to fight against this bill and fight for our reproductive health rights. For the people watching this video, I would like to plead that please choose authority figures that do represent your beliefs and represent and protect the reproductive health rights of all of us, male, female, anything more and anything in between. Right now, Diana Limon Mercado, she is running to become a county judge, and she's a woman of color. She's has been a longtime activist and supporter of Planned Parenthood and our reproductive health rights. She is also a mother, a wife, a sister. On June 22nd, Governor Greg Abbott has called a new session in, and I would ask you all to contact your representatives to make sure the issues you want to be discussed are discussed in these sessions. And beside the government and authority figures, there are multiple other And beside the government and authority figures, there are multiple other organizations that have been fighting for women's rights and our reproductive health rights, like Planned Parenthood of Texas, like Whole Women's Health, that they have clinicians and reproductive health clinics all over Texas. Their websites will be linked down below. There are incredible amount of resources out there that each individual can research, and also all of these sites, all of the websites, and all of the other resources that have been used throughout this website will also be linked down below. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, this is Elika, Kashani, and that is the end of this video. Thank you again.